Dino, my boss, Randy, and my friend's daughter, Amanda, who have all battled cancer the last few years. Good luck to all the gamers who are contributing to this great cause. All right, looks like we are ready to go for some Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Let's throw it over to saintmillion for his run.
What's up, everybody? Thank you, first off, for donating for the incentive to turn voices on. Just as a preface, voices make the run a handful of minutes longer, but it's very much worth it, so thank you for donating for that. I'm saintmillion. On my couch, I have Authorblues. He did the 12-hour challenge of this game, probably the only other person who's done a full run of this game at this event. Caveman, the leader of the PlayStation Nation himself, and Studio. He has no idea what's going on in this game. And
I have never seen this game before the past 5 minutes.
He's really just here to make sure I don't say anything very stupid.
I've at least played it. I grew up with it.
Oh, there you go. I think a lot of people grew up with a PC version of this game, which is actually a very different version, but we can point out differences later. But I think we're ready on time, so we'll just go ahead and start. 3, 2, 1, go.
I have a bad feeling about this.
It's a good way to start this game, actually. So again, the voices make these cutscenes a little bit longer. Without voices on, the dialogue boxes just blip up and go away really quickly. But just starting off, we're in this room with Qui-Gon. We're not going to be in this room for very long, and because there's actually a few ways to get this level done. This meeting will be short, hopefully.
Be prepared for the unexpected.
So this is a tank control game, which is just great. The game also has, oh, my controller's just doing whatever. Hold on, this happens with this game. This is a good start. Makes sense. All right, we can move. Sort of. All right, so we should go out and fight the droids, but we can just kind of jump at this thing. Also, Qui-Gon just knows it's poison gas, and we escaped. Qui-Gon's not coming with us, unfortunately. We're going to walk over here, and since this is a very good game, we're going to go ahead and save because this is already very dangerous. We're going to try to fall out of bounds in a very specific way to get to another room. We can't jump because it's going to make us take a little too much. Ooh, first try. Look at that.
Yeah, that's really tough to do consistently.
So where that puts us, also you can kind of run into a wall at a slanted angle. You get a little bit of a wall boost, just a little jank on the game's part. So what that did, I'm going to also do another little puzzle skip. There's so much going on. Doing this little backflip skipped a couple button and box puzzles. I'm trying not to overshoot it because if you overshoot it, you die. And we got to redo everything. So I'm being a little bit safe here. But like that, which is why I have a backup save just for this. So what happened when we did that drop off out of bounds? We actually went to a hangar where there was supposed to be a sort of boss fight. But because we never entered the room normally, we missed the trigger to spawn everyone. There we go. First try, easy. And we're going to get a few more wall boosts here, and Qui-Gon's still trying to figure out how he's going to escape since Obi-Wan just kind of jumped into the ceiling and disappeared forever. And that's the end of the first level. A very long level, 2 skips, and you're just out of there by yourself.
Nice, yeah!
Woo! Yeah.
So Obi-Wan, entered a cage and just walked into a ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, the ship that blows up in the movie, I expect everyone watched the movie before watching the speed run, just to refresh themselves. The ship that they came in never got blown up. There's no political issues going on. We're all good. There he is. The legend.
I like how the level starts just with screaming birds.
So since we didn't meet the incentive for including Jar Jar in this run, we'll be doing quite a few Jar Jar skips throughout. You're welcome.
There are many, many Jar Jar skips going on, especially in this level. Much thanks to Puri Puri, who picked this game up after I did. He's a lot better at finding little tricks like that. So right up this left ramp here, Jar Jar is waiting for us with about a 12-second cutscene where he screams about robots for a second. But there is a little out of bounds here. If we jump in here, also this is riddled with death falls, so you gotta kind of line yourself up. There we go.
Nice.
So we just skipped Jar Jar, and on the left there, On the left there is also a platforming section. You can kind of see it on the left. We also skipped that, so... But he's here anyways. He just teleported. And thank you for donating for voices again, because this is just great. All right, so in our hand, hold on. So we're gonna chase Jar Jar here. Another little wall boost, and Jar Jar just disappeared again. So we picked up some Gungan energy orbs that we're gonna use to clear out some enemies coming up. Apparently people are fans of this. And we're just gonna chase Jar Jar around a little bit. Now's a good time to also just explain Force Push, which is your only force ability. That's it right there. You usually don't have to fight a lot of droids because you can just send out a Force Push really early and it, oops, this is fine.
Yeah, the goal is to not have
away
to
from that
stop very much to do any actual combat. So Force Push will be a good way to not just get things out of our way, but in addition to that, often it can be used to trigger...
Jar Jar's skip, by the way, right there. Sorry, go on.
No, you're fine. I was just going to say, it often will trigger things to move on, things to progress in the same way that doing combat would have. So
Yes. Here's another skip that Purry found a very good setup for. So up ahead is a box puzzle. Again, very slow. I'm going to pause buffer the game so we can kind of clip in here and just skip a lot of that. Now we're going to use our orbs to clear out these robot men.
And there's some good orbs.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Oh, that was a perfect cutscene skip. Okay, so let me explain what happened. The blasters are pretty random, and I had to hit this cutscene from behind, and Jar Jar would, talk about some stupid stuff for a second, and then go on. But if he gets shot by a stray blaster during that cutscene, he just goes, and he just got hit by it instantly. That was pretty great. So because I entered this area from behind, I'm waiting for Jar Jar to get clear. So to end the level, Qui-Gon needs to be there. The trigger for that's right in front of me. I'm gonna shoot it. And this is gonna spawn Qui-Gon. It also spawns these droids right here. They just materialize.
Those are stealth units.
Yes. So by hitting that trigger, Qui-Gon's here, Jar Jar is here, we can end the level.
he used a trick in that stage that we'll see in the next one as well, where you can pause the game and unpause it, and this little spike in lag will sometimes allow you to just completely clip out of bounds from that. So he'll use that a lot more in the next level.
It's extremely useful.
So the plot, as I see it, is that Obi-Wan shows up the planet, birds scream at him, and then he tries to avoid Jar Jar as much as he can, but really can't.
But he cannot.
Okay.
It is like purgatory, essentially.
We skipped Jar Jar, and then he materialized in front of us, which I think lends a lot of credence to the Darth Jar Jar theory.
Yes.
I don't know Star Wars. Is Jar Jar a Jedi?
The opposite.
Yeah.
He's part of the dark team.
The bad ones.
Yeah, the bad eggs. Also, all the cutscenes are CGI rendered, just great PS1 graphics. There he is, the big Gungus himself.
Brian Blessed.
Everyone's favorite character. So Odo Gunga, this is a level you can do, you're supposed to do peacefully.
We will not be.
Yeah, you're supposed to just talk to the Gungans and find your way through. It starts off by running into a cutscene with Boss Nass. But right before the Boss Nass room, we're gonna go a little bit hostile here. We're gonna force push this guy just to get him out of our way. This door's gonna appear. And we're effectively soft locked now. People are gonna try to kill Jar Jar and Qui-Gon, which would give me a game over, but I'm gonna pause buffer and jump here a few times, and we'd clip down into what would be a later part of the level. And you're gonna get these voice lines.
Oh God, no.
This is a long level, and they will not stop. Well, sometimes they stop, but hopefully not. So now we can be as hostile as possible. We don't have to worry about Qui-Gon or Jar Jar getting hurt. We just gotta go. We gotta go and proceed with the level. And there's some of the hardest tricks are in this level, but it is pretty long. Also, now's a good time to describe or explain how double jumping kind of works. This is kind of a deceptively hard double jump. So the way you want to jump in this game is you jump and you want to wait as long as possible and hit the end of the window for the double jump so you get the longest jump possible.
You gotta get pasted, Outlander.
Pasted. So here's a nice view of the level.
This game actually tries a lot. Like, this is a PS1, and the fact that they have moving, like,
This
orb
level is-
underwater levels is actually impressive.
We are running in orbs. These are all orbs. It's a literal city of orbs. It's great.
It's called what? Orbagunga.
Orbagunga.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or
man.
George Lucas calls it Odagungas. Odagunga. So this guard's blocking this door. You can talk to him or you can kill him.
How did you get down here?
And he's still talking for some reason.
So this is another place where he's going to use that trick. There's a little block pushing puzzle he could do here, or if he can set up enough lag by jumping up and down, he's going to try to clip through the floor here, which he did first try.
Yeah, that's a rough trick. And really, this is just the world record run right here.
This is it.
Voices on category. Also, the saves I've been doing, you probably wouldn't do those during a really fast attempt, I guess. But it's really frustrating because a lot can go wrong.
That jump right there is infuriating.
Yeah, that ledge grab is not guaranteed. The guaranteed mechanic of ledge grabbing does not always work.
Yeah, and that's the intended jump that he did right there. So the fact that it's pretty hit or miss isn't great.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. So at the very end of this level here, once we get down, we're going to go forward through that hallway, and we can go left or right. And I'm actually going to kill a few of these guards because they're going to get in our way for a trick we're going to do. A pretty recent trick we started doing. If we go left, you rescue Jar Jar. He's in a prison cell. But if we go right, this is where we would escort Jar Jar when we're done rescuing him. There's Qui-Gon down there with the bongo, I think it's called. And we're going to make a save here because this is a very, very iffy trick. But essentially, we can just jump out of bounds, kind of, and then try to jump in. But clipping into that room is seemingly random. I'm going to pause buffer to make it a little bit easier. And oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Everything's coming up Obi-Wan today.
Don't you wish you didn't have the voice lines on?
Really? This is pretty great. So even though we just skipped Jar Jar and left him in his prison cell, he's inevitably going to show up again.
I feel like the characters are just judging you right now, just looking at the TV.
That's not the way you're supposed
All right,
to
this
do
is
that.
hands down the best
This is
level in the game.
You'll see, it's very, very fast. So this is a pretty large level. It starts off, spoilers, we might get separated from our team here. Jar Jar's doing his dumb walk up there.
Who could have possibly seen this coming?
Jar Jar, no!
Ouch time. So you can see those pillars down there? That's where we would normally have to go. Pretty long level. I'm gonna wait here, wait for that to blow up. And this pillar down here, I'm walking around a bunch of triggers that would make this fall. And I'm gonna make a quick save here, because this jump it's not terribly hard, but if we mess it up, then we're gonna be sitting around and twiddling our thumbs for a little bit. All right. Take a rocket to the face, and that's what made us not make it, because rockets to the face tend to push you back.
That's a good mechanic.
Yeah. It's part of Star Wars.
Really?
This was in the movie. Everything going on here is in the movie. Okay, there it is. And there we go. So here's the end of the level. We're going to jump over here. I'm going to force push a lever over there. And the debris... and we're out. So that is definitely one of the coolest tricks in the entire game. And it's very easy, too. The debris is always set to launch in exactly that way. So, yeah.
And our punishment for having such a fun stage is to get to play this stage right afterwards. A massive escort quest for the next, what feels like 3 to 6 hours.
Yes. Casually and speedrun-wise, this is probably the hardest part of the game. Especially, Author knows himself. He did this for a 12-hour challenge. This, even in a run, knowing the strats.
This was about 6 hours of it.
It is really difficult.
Queen Naboo looks like she has a giant hat on.
She does.
Yes.
Isn't I thought it was like a back.
That's why she looks like
That's
that.
her
because
brain.
That's a giant.
Ironically enough, that's not even the queen. That's her handmaiden,
Okay.
according to the lore.
Spoilers.
Sorry. You find that out in episode 2 or something. Jar Jar's just staring at her
This is one of my favorite scenes because they just all walk off and you and the queen stay behind as if you don't expect this to happen.
Oh my God.
How could this have happened?
All right, here we go. On to the best Best escort mission in gaming. If you get too close to the queen, by the way, she complains that you're stepping on her dress, and she just stands there for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't stage, because if you're too close to her, she'll stop moving, and if you're too far away from her, she'll stop moving. And if you're kind of like within range of her, she'll stop moving anyway. So,
yeah, she just stops moving a lot. Oh yeah, you're right. So right here, we have an infinite saber glitch. So by doing an attack and falling off the ledge, my hitbox is just always out for this lightsaber now. It works exactly like Ocarina of Time. In fact, they stole that terminology from this speedrun, I'm pretty sure. But it does work exactly like it, and it makes this run, or it makes this level a lot more bearable. As you can see, you can just run into things and they die. Which was in the movie.
which is the way you would expect a lightsaber to operate.
Yeah, I also call it the realistic lightsaber glitch. Because lightsabers are
Follow
real.
me.
Don't worry about me.
Okay.
I'll keep up.
She won't.
Come on. All right. Also, you gotta kind of round these corners pretty wide so she doesn't get stuck on them. And if you get too far away from the queen, you don't realize she's stuck on a corner, she dies instantly. It's like a death tether sort of mechanics going on.
She can take quite a few hits, but even then you really don't want to take that risk, because if she ever takes damage, she'll kneel down for...
Yeah, like 11 or so seconds.
Yeah.
The gate is
So what I did there is I just shot a rocket launcher right into the tank, because the only reason the tank is there is because there's a little droid dude, robot man, hanging out back there, manning the tank. And
Wait, why can't you call it droid? Wait, what's wrong with droid, dude?
they're both, they're both fine. They're both lore.
So that was a pretty significant skip he did right there. She wanted to stop for a while so he could clear out a bunch of guards. If you can beat her to that area really quickly, you can actually get her to skip it entirely and move on. There's actually quite a lot in this stage of gaming her AI, if you will, where she sort of doesn't register where she's supposed to stop because you either move too far ahead of her or stay too far behind her. And so, like in this case, she wasn't supposed to join us until you go back and collect her. But because he left her at the right time, she never really registered that she was supposed to stop.
Yeah, it's an AI manip.
Oh, cool. She's just taking blasters to the face here.
She does have health, by the way. You do need to watch out. So, here's a good jump. So you see a clothesline over there? It's a little black line. That's the intended route here. You can, yeah, so
Fall?
left grabbing again. Yeah, you can fall. There's also a backup here that never works. Let's try it. Maybe?
Now's the time.
Yeah, no time to lose.
So this thing never works, right?
This never
You have
works.
0% success with
In
this.
fact, I just made it all up just now. I
You,
just wanted to see how much I could get away with.
you got me.
This is a funny joke.
We could have been there for 20 minutes and I believed you.
We're going to take the clothesline of shame. This is fine. Happened in the movie.
I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah, I got the director's cut.
Yeah, the George Lucas director's cut. All right, we made
That
it.
was the director, yes.
First try. So the whole point of this is to open a door right there, so the queen can go through it. All right.
So it gets really hairy from here because now the game's going to throw a ton of robot men in our way, and we would very much like to
Just run into those.
make sure that they don't really give her the business.
Yeah, they like to give you the business a lot. Also, I just jumped and force pushed that lever. I think they expected you to like walk forward and kind of platform around, but you can just jump and force push it. So walking right here will trigger some robot men behind us. I gotta make sure that flash grenade doesn't fall through the world, which it can. And we gotta clear this out real quick.
If you don't move quickly enough, or probably move too quickly, or really if the game feels like it, it'll just spawn a ton of guys behind you as well, which there's not really much you can do to prepare for that. So
Yeah, you really have to go quickly here.
But not too quickly.
Yeah, never too quickly.
That's my kind of speed run.
Yeah, because you always gotta make it interesting next time you speed run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
the infinite saber glitch here does make a huge difference.
It's
for this
wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so glad it exists. Also, you cannot run into those starships. They will blow up and do a lot of damage with your ISG on. There's also a little mouse droid around this hangar. If you run into him, I've lost a run right here. When you were running through and you kind of can't see your character, I ran into a mouse droid, blew it up, and it killed me.
Fun fact, Qui-Gon runs here to meet you. You can actually just run out of the hangar back to the rest of the level, and he will continue following you, trying to make this cutscene happen.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, I need to talk to you. This is important.
And
Obi-Wan, we got to get out of here.
What happens if you let him catch you?
it hard locks very
Oh,
hard.
awesome.
Harder than I've ever seen.
I have created some art with this game.
Yeah, a lot of colors and lines go everywhere. It's
that's
pretty great.
wonderful.
I thought it was a potential skip, like, oh, maybe you can get Qui-Gon to come to you. Like, the Queen takes forever, but no, the game does not let you do that at all.
For what it's worth, he made that stage look very easy, but it's incredibly painful to get any part of that to go right.
I think it's pretty cool.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This game's cool. Everyone should pick this game up.
Oh, here's a memorable level.
Yeah, you know. So this is where the game takes a big change of pace. You don't play as Obi-Wan for a little bit. We're playing as Qui-Gon, and we're going to do 3 Tatooine levels. And it was a lot of action. I know it's very action-packed, few levels here, but we're going to tone it down. We're going to chill out, do some questing in Mos Espa.
Queen would like me to learn more about this planet.
Come along, then.
And we're going to go get an ISG because there's a bunch of Tusken Raiders. And this is how you get ISG here. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. You really don't know if you get a good ISG with a lot of damage or not. This one seems good. So we're just going to let them come to us here.
So you have to kill these before you can get through this section because you have to escort Padme through this area. And the Tusken Raiders are brutal.
They do a lot of damage.
So if you were to play this casually,
What's going on?
this area is nearly impossible. But
Come on.
ISG does make a big difference.
There you go. So make a nice cuddle puddle of Tusken Raiders here. I like to call it a Star Wars death metal album cover. All right, so we only needed to escort Padme to a certain spot there, and she'll just teleport into the town. Otherwise, she'll die because you went too far away. Thank you for donating for voices, by the way. This is one of the levels with a lot of it.
Excuse me. Stop pushing me.
Like as a champ. We're going to force push this guy and take his pod racer part. It's part of the main quest line of this level. You're helping Anakin get a bunch of pod racer parts. And that guy specifically, you can kill him or force push him to get that part to drop. But if you kill anyone in this level, it will soft lock. Anakin will know you're a murderer, and you just can't finish the level. So you want to be pretty careful. You can't just go kill whoever you want.
Go on, I'm listening.
That'll actually come up later in some interesting ways. So he's going to open this door right here to give himself a path for later in the stage. It doesn't seem relevant right now, but it'll matter later.
But we'll definitely meet later.
So there's Anakin. We're chasing him.
I want my home back.
And he runs behind his mom, Shmi Skywalker, but we're going to slip right into her backyard. Right there.
It's called the Shmi Schlip.
Yeah, the Shmi slip. Here's
You
Anakin.
must be Anakin. I've heard much about you.
You're a Jedi, aren't
What are you building? Can you help me find Watto?
Follow me. We'll head through the junkyard.
For some reason, that just seems in character.
Very aggressive.
That actually was just a line from the movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
So these machines that are patrolling the junkyard here, they don't just kill you, they kill you.
Eviscerate you.
They kill you to death.
Also, Anakin just called us low. It's not cool. He's also very fast, so it's fair.
Why doesn't he speedrun the game?
It's a good question.
Hi. I'm trying to get my pod racer ready for the race. My
We're just doing some required dialogue here. We got to talk to Watto. So in the last level, we actually picked up a part that we're going to give to him. It's optional
Give you a portable
to do it that way.
fusion pod from Naboo in exchange for the T-14. We have reached an agreement here.
Yeah, Watto didn't say anything. Okay.
What do you need to fix your pod racer? What about Watto? I'll see what I can do.
All right, now we just got to go get Jar Jar to come over here.
Hello.
Yeah, get one more pod racer part. Hello. And then we'll get out of here.
Stop pushing me.
It's them again.
So there's a little setup that he's going to do with this that I think he'll talk about when it actually happens. But he's going to try to time two things to happen simultaneously. Jar Jar arriving back with the rest of the group at the same time that he gets back there retrieving one of the parts. But there's going to be a little mix-up.
Yeah, so earlier I said you can't really kill a civilian. It will soft lock the level. But we're going to do a little bit of murder here.
Just a small murder.
Right here, this guy. Killing him triggers his item to drop in his shop. We do the jump attack because it's the strongest attack. It one-shots him. It's the only thing that one-shots him, actually. And Anakin does not know we're a murderer yet. We're going to wait for Jar Jar to get here. And that was perfect.
Yeah, so if you arrive back and talk to Anakin at the same time Jar Jar arrives, he's like locked into this dialogue option where he says, Jar Jar's back, let's go. If you talk to him any other time, he just runs off. He says, nope, you killed someone, bye.
Yep.
Jar Jar is more powerful than murder is what I'm getting.
He's the Dark Lord. Like,
He overrides it.
He has a gift. And that gift is murder.
Most Esperinas is one of my favorite levels in the game, in the run. There are too many bosses in this level, a bunch of skips, a bunch of clips. It's really great. So we're going to run straight forward here and right at this gate. Just going to roll set up and jump straight through.
That clip right there is fun because if you take too long to do it, you're kind of shoving the guard out of the way and he gets real mad.
Yes, I think he like two-shots you or something. So we just clipped through a couple walls. What that circumvents is a side quest where you would have to mind trick a Twilight dancer to let you in, but that's much faster. And here's Jabba.
Release me immediately.
Fed up already. You can't believe this happened.
I will not serve Jabba.
So you see spilling on the floor right there. Also, Origins of Thonk. This is where it came from. All of it. Right there, I like to call them the chicken nuggets, the golden chicken nuggets. But they're 50 gold coins called peggets. We need them to make a bet with Watto. And this is the first mini-boss. He's going to come out of this door right here. But we're going to kind of cheese him a little bit. So Qui-Gon's forward attack combo is really good because it kind of just blocks this guy's collision box, whatever you want to call it, from ever coming out, and his boss AI just never starts. But he is taking damage, and that was a flawless fight.
God forbid his AI does turn on because that's...
Yeah, he does a lot of damage. He's very fast, and it's very dangerous. Also, the spikes do damage, which is a problem. So right here, I'm lining up a pretty dangerous jump. There are a lot of places you can fall out of bounds here, which... gardens.
It seems like a game where I actually wonder not how the speedrun works, but how people beat it.
how the game works.
Yeah.
Dude, it's an adventure.
So, yeah, that's a little bit dangerous. So what this is doing is we're going straight to Watto. But to normally get over these, you would need to do a side quest where you buy a couple people drinks in the bar. But you just jump right through, and those are some pretty cool skips. This is the longest dialogue in the game.
Oh my gosh.
This is the only time I'm going to show off this tech. You turn the voices off and back on, and you skip it. We could be doing that for every single line in the game, but I feel like that's the only place you want to do it.
How long does that voice line take?
Like, it takes about 12 seconds. So we need to get into the arena now. Luckily, there is, for some reason, you can just jump down here without taking fall damage.
Everywhere else down there, you will die.
Every single place.
There is one spot you can land on safely. It is made of pillows.
It's actually baffling why that exists.
Hey! That thief just stole my ignition capacitor!
So this is the part of the movie where this little monkey lizard stole Anakin's podcasting part. Oh, I don't need this health. That's backup health in case you took damage for the first mini boss fight. Here's the secret flash grenades from the movie. And we just gotta chase this guy around. He goes to predetermined points, so we can just kind of run straight line here. And he leads us to the second mini boss. And these flash grenades, he's normally a very dangerous, very difficult boss, but these flash grenades are gonna make quick work of him. Get in there.
Don't hurt me. I don't have anything.
Can make a quick save right here because this is a little. Nothing bad ever happens here.
This
but
fight can go south by no fault of your own, because he can shoot your bombs out of or the flash grenades out of midair.
Like just in your face?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, solid.
Entirely in your face and out of range of them doing any damage to him.
And I have one left, so I'm gonna throw it at Anakin. Oh, it went through the world. Never mind.
I'll do my best.
It was not meant to be, my friend.
And now this is where the fun begins.
Now this is
This is pod racing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't have to do anything for a bit here.
Now a good time for donations then?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
a wonderful,
read a few
wonderful
donations.
time for donation.
Okay, well, we have a $50 donation from Jovo. Says, hey, Saint, starting off strong. The several jumping puzzle sequences really tie that game together. And man, the voice acting is just magnificent. Game of the year 1999. Good luck on the run. And let's put this donation towards my boy Boyk's Choice. Gonna go ahead and put that towards the Cuphead bonus incentive, by the way.
I bet you thought we were going to play something here when we
Yeah,
we were all being the funny guys.
I feel like there's been pod racing games and pod racing segments in other games. There might be some pod racing in this game that's the movie about pod racing.
No, it's
Okay.
it's a cutscene where you don't look at pod racers. You just look at people talking about them.
I love this so much. They describe in such detail how the pod race is going.
It really leaves it to your imagination.
Like this game is actually insanely detailed for a PS1 game, and I'm not surprised they either didn't have the budget, the time, or like the processing power for an actual pod race.
Author proposed a pretty good multi-game category where
Oh my
you
gosh.
put the game down and then you just pick up
Pod
N64
Racer.
Pod Racer, yeah, and then just do a quick run on that.
So just real quick, we did have a $25 donation from Henry Swanson who says, now that's pod racing? And I feel like this is the perfect
That's the
time.
perfect time.
Okay. That definitely fits.
Now that's pod racing is the quote.
Say, when are you doing your canonical Star Wars marathon where you play every Star Wars game
Forgive me
in
if I
order
seem
based off when it happens in the
unappreciative.
movies?
Right now. This is it.
Yeah.
Speaking of canon, we're going to change the timeline in this level here. Things are going to go a little bit differently. This is where we kidnap Anakin and fight Darth Maul. Spoilers, sorry.
Whoa.
So normally Shmi Skywalker dies in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, but the game lets you just do whatever. So she's dead. Also the younglings too. Why not?
Oh my god.
All right, we gotta go.
Kitster, no.
We gotta go.
Killed them all like animals.
Anakin didn't see it. It's fine. Right here is a cutscene that we can normally skip, but because I killed people, I actually have to trigger this cutscene. So I just did half of the cutscene skip, made the rocks fall on me, which means I can clip through it. So I'm gonna skip this first segment. Also, I don't know how he pushed all those rocks down.
He's strong.
He's a Darth guy.
He's strong with the dark team of the Force. So we're gonna run over here in our little spot and fight Darth Maul. This is based on a timer. You don't have to fight him. We're gonna do a Qui-Gon spin.
Hey!
Why not? In honor of the Mohawk run. Just try to nauseate you a little bit more.
This actually, I think, is making you more
Got it.
sick than Mohawk did.
Yeah, because it's the Phantom Menace. So he looks at Darth Maul there.
Points at him.
Yeah, there is a very random chance. When he stopped and looked at him, sometimes Qui-Gon will just run straight to the ship. I call that quick gun. But it's totally random. There's no way to make it happen for sure. And if you get it, you just he can stand there from anywhere from no seconds to 11 seconds. So you just hope you get lucky.
I just hope you played well.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you played correctly, you get it.
True.
Don't get bad RNG if you want good times.
I'm relieved we've reached Coruscant safely. Now we need only find Senator Palpatine.
Your Highness, Obi-Wan and I must present Anakin to the Jedi
Now it's time to
Council.
play as everyone's favorite character.
Very well. Captain Panaka and I will be quite safe, I'm
Captain
sure.
Panaka,
It's only a short air taxi ride to the Senate.
who played a prominent role in the movie.
Prominent.
Force be with you.
Yeah.
Take care, Your Highness. May the
So
Force
Captain
be with
Panaka has no double jump. He can't force push. He has no
along,
lightsaber.
Anakin.
His jump sucks,
Destiny awaits.
and he just uses guns. But not any special guns, because the Jedi can use all the guns.
Please allow me to show you to your
And this is also an escort mission.
He can punch.
Yes, he can punch. You can actually get an infinite punch glitch. But it's really bad.
Oh, that's too
unfortunately. So we just ran and started a kidnapping sequence. This whole level is based on protecting the queen from getting kidnapped.
We must find a way to escape.
But we're not going to be escorting her for that long. Okay. And this is a hover cannon. They'll come into play in just a bit here. Also, you can't start this little hover vader, this thingy, while the queen is either not in it or if she's shot and kneeling. If you start it while any of those things are happening, she dies instantly. She just can't take it for whatever reason.
She has an incredibly weak heart.
Yeah. And you can probably read like one donation here. We're just kind of walking through.
Yeah, totally. So we have a $50 donation from Aaron172. Says, I remember renting this game back when I was a kid.
I'm sorry.
I never finished it, thankfully. But it's great to see this game broken in ways that I could never believe.
It's a very good speed run for some reason. I'm going to jump here and shoot this hover cannon that's going to show up, or else it's going to shoot the queen. So those are a couple of hover cannons. More hover cannons will probably be coming, so we got to hurry a little bit. We have to get out of here.
I'm not jumping down there.
So we have a nice box puzzle here while the queen kind of yells at us.
We have to get out of here.
Yeah, we do.
If only there was some place she could jump that would get her out of there.
Not down there.
Expedite the process.
Yeah. So this whole area here, normally you'd get that second box on the right as well. And you need to push both of these boxes so she can proceed with you. But she would get kidnapped. This is where she gets kidnapped and you gotta rescue her. But there is a way to sequence break this. We're gonna just pull one box and we're gonna go. So just like other levels, if you get too far from your escort, they die. But if you hug this left wall, she does not die. And she never stops talking about the hover cannons. This is a long level, by the way.
A level of non-trivial length.
Yes.
More hover cannons will be coming.
There, yes. So, oh geez, Louise.
God.
More hover cannons. Okay.
Yep. Well, even more hover cannons.
That's never happened before. All right, we're good.
Yeah, how about let's not talk about that.
that
You
never
move
happened.
on.
There's just nothing happened.
All right, well, we have a $15 donation from Aim Free, who says, thanks, everybody, for your amazing work. I couldn't help but donate for the best game in the GDQ Awful Block,
Yes.
and also the best movie in the Star Wars franchise. Come on, people. You know it's true.
It's true.
Very well. Captain
I've never
John
heard
and
an
I will be
opinion
quite
that's just
safe, I'm
so
sure.
right.
It gets better with age.
Sounds like someone hasn't seen the Star Wars Christmas special.
Really, it's so controversial, yet so brave.
Just make this a little faster. I'm gonna turn voices off.
Can I just say that I love you for dying and your immediate response was the most casual OGs please I've ever.
Yeah, you know. It seems appropriate.
It's Star Wars.
No, let's turn voices back on now.
Big oof.
That is a big oof. We may be overestimate, but that's okay. Nice silent. The music sometimes doesn't start in levels,
We must find a way to escape
which is what
this
happened here.
platform.
All right. Hover cannon. Make sure she's not hit, and we can do a few more donations.
Very good, sir.
Yeah, totally.
Please keep your arms and legs in the transport at all
So we have $15 from Marcus255, who says, good old Jar Jar, the true villain of Star Wars. Best of luck with the run, Saint.
Thank you. It's not going well this time.
It was. When he
was a
donated
great
it, it was
run.
probably looking pretty good.
Yeah, it was a little while ago, but can't blame.
It's a different time.
All right, what if we just pretend you didn't die?
Oh,
I'm all right. I'm all right with that.
Is everyone down with that?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, all right, we're good?
I
We're
think
in?
we
All right,
all
okay.
So
collectively
you shoot
agree,
this
so-
droid to open the door. Yeah. You could talk to him, but you gotta go fast, I guess. Should I just explain it exactly the same?
Please do.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a hover cannon here. I gotta hit that thing so it doesn't shoot the queen. Box puzzle, hover cannons. Get it down there. Okay. She's not jumping down here.
Man, I bet
not
you wish
jumping
Panaka
down
had a
there.
double jump.
If you had a double jump in this level, you could skip pushing this box, which would be great.
We must hurry.
Yes.
It'd be-
Also,
It'd be great if she came up with some way to expedite this process.
Like jumping down?
Like jumping down, yes.
she's just yelling at him while he's pushing
More hover cannons will
giant
be
boxes.
coming.
Actually, something interesting is her dialogue was not the exact same because I was waiting to repeat the jump down there joke, and it just never happened.
Yeah, I just went
awkward.
ahead without you. I knew we were both on the same page.
We have to get out of here.
Okay, we're getting out of here. Again, hug the left wall. There's this death tether thing, blah, 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 whatever. I'm not going to save here. I'm just not going to do it.
Are you sure this is a level of non-trivial
More
length?
hover cannons will be coming.
I feel like I got the yips with this jump. Okay, we're good.
Woo!
Please jump in the game. Please clap.
They'll be coming back soon.
So if you want to do a little donation game on your own, you can count how many times she says hover cannons, or if you want to grab your favorite beverage of LaCroix drinks.
I like the grapefruit flavor.
I like green.
Green, that's a good one.
Ooh.
We have to get out of here.
Unfortunately, we have some slightly long elevators here.
What do you think the situation is with the hover cannons?
I'm not sure.
More hover
Oh.
Status update. It's not looking good.
Yeah, that's the only guy you have to kill to get this force field to go down. We got another nice elevator ride here.
Should you stay or should you leave?
I love that song.
We have to get out of here.
I'm sorry for that joke.
I thought that wasn't. I thought he paused so long to say leave.
Just casual out of bounds while we're all cracking up.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Things are happening, whatever.
We have to get out of here.
I didn't mention, before I mentioned the donation game you could probably play, I can just mash circle and she'll just never stop. I don't know why this is like this, but more hover cannons will be coming, whether you like it or not.
More hover cannons will be coming.
And I'm not going to stop mashing.
Let's hurry.
Here she is. We rescued her.
We have to get out of here.
She's going to stop talking now.
Coming back soon.
I'm just kidding. She never stops talking.
Let's hurry.
We must hurry.
More hover cannons will be coming.
Oh, God.
Coming back soon.
It hurts to laugh.
Oh my god.
More
Go.
hover cannons will be coming. They'll be coming back soon. Let's hurry. More hover cannons
Puzzle.
will be
I
coming.
love speedruns.
Yeah, this is like a real button puzzle.
It's a real button puzzle.
It's just
The
a
adjective.
it's just a real,
Out of here.
very real, actually happening button puzzle.
We have to get
Allegedly.
out of here. More hover cannons will be coming. Let's hurry.
I hope your credit card was ready for the donation game.
As I'm sure people's like, all right, here we go. I got him on the draw. I got my
count 'em.
You committed. It's too late now.
Back soon.
Some guys just chugging LaCroix at home. And they're like, "Why did I commit?
It hurts. I'm going to throw up.
I don't even like this."
You have to pick the correct password here, or else two turrets pop out of the ground and just absolutely obliterate you.
So he's going to go out of bounds here because there's a little mini boss right here that's just great to fight against. And even now that he's trapped himself in this cage, it's still a nightmare fighting this dude.
Yeah.
Because he can reflect any or all of your shots with just incredible accuracy.
Yeah, so I'm going to go down here to finish him. So I'm jumping back and shooting.
This guy is way better than he has any right to be
He's
at his
stronger
job.
than Darth Maul.
Yup.
Literally. All right. He's also
Reach
pretty
Senator
dangerous.
Palpatine's chambers as soon as possible.
So that was some
have to
serious
get out of
commentary.
here.
Back to this.
More hover cannons will be coming.
All right, so this elevator is about 10 years long, so you can read some donations.
All right, sounds good. We have a $15 donation from Midbite. It says, longtime viewer, first-time donator. Phantom Menace was the game of my
They'll be coming
childhood, and
back
I spent
soon.
so much time exploring Tatooine with Qui-Gon Jinn. Shout out to everyone involved in this awesome event, and may the Force be with you.
And also with you.
And also, we have $200 from Preach, who
to get
says,
out of
Saint,
here."
Preach.
Yo, Mike, what's up?
When you said you were running this, I told my kids how amazing it
There's
would
the
be to
Senate
finally
chamber.
have Jar Jar back on the big screen. Why would
Finally.
you take this moment?
Shout out to Mike Preach.
More hover cannons will be coming.
Also, we have a $5 donation from Felwis who says, fun fact, the voice of the queen in the game is also the same voice actor as Azula from Avatar The Last Airbender.
Huh.
I was listening and was wondering why the heck she sounded so familiar.
That
She's
is
a
a
great
fun
voice
fact.
actor.
I was worried.
They'll be
Also,
coming
more
back
hover
soon.
cannons are coming.
She doesn't stop even during cutscenes. It's pretty nice. Also, on the voice acting of this game, the only characters, or actors who play their own voices are Ahmed Best, Jar Jar, and Jake Lloyd, Anakin. Fun fact.
He has been unable to convince the Senate to help
I'm having so much fun with all these facts.
We have to get out of here.
Naboo is suffering.
We may be able to get a quicker resolution. If you raise a vote of no confidence, we will be able to remove Valorum and elect someone with more authority.
They'll be coming back soon. If it takes to free my people, Senator, then that is what I'll do.
Excellent, Your Highness. Right this way. The Senate is about to convene.
Politics, yay.
They're coming.
They're on the way.
That was the level, right? Yeah.
That was the level.
The level, yeah.
My personal favorite.
I've never watched a cutscene with so much focus.
Yeah.
So back to actual cool speedrunning strats. I'm a hold force push here. So when you walk into this hangar, I would normally get pulled into a cutscene where Darth Maul swings his lightsaber at you and everyone talks. It's really dumb. And then you would play a Padme level. But instead, just by holding force push, that never happens. We just have free reign to walk around. And this is a multi-segment level. This is where the level would end up. And the end level trigger's down here. So I died, but it doesn't matter. We finished it.
He actually skipped a very...
That's an enormous skip.
It is the biggest skip in the game. This is a similar level where you play as Padme and Obi-Wan and it alternates back and forth, but similarly,
we're going to try to skip large portions of the back and forth switch. He's going to skip one of the switches to Obi-Wan, and then we're going to go to Obi-Wan and skip one of the switches to Padme.
Yes.
So of the, ultimately like 6 swaps we were supposed to do, you only do 1.
Yeah, it's another level cut very short by a lot of outbound. So we're pushing this box. You can only imagine why. Towards this wall. We got something to do over here. Just go jump. Oh, we have a sound glitch situation.
Yeah, there's no zappy zaps.
So, this could be good. All right. So
I can hear a little bit of.
Yes. Oh, there it is.
There.
Here.
Yep.
Do you hear that? Slight hum.
I'm really happy that this happened because you are now getting the real Star Wars Episode 1 PS1 experience.
We'll see if it goes into full-blown sound glitch, but yeah, you'll just hear this when you're right. Oh, it got louder.
Don't you dare try to EQ that.
Yes. I mean, who
we
knows?
see you, audio man.
You know what? Just because you said that, I'm getting this help. I don't know what's gonna happen. This is the part of the movie where Padme goes Rambo on just a lot of robot men of the dark team. The dark team of the side. Floating keys.
God, it's getting worse.
It got louder.
Please get louder.
Sometimes it just turns into a full symphony of just pain, and really you can't do anything about it. All right, so this is the second last Obi-Wan segment.
It's still going.
Yeah, it won't stop.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh,
that's a new one.
All right.
Oh, I'm liking where this is going.
It's just like falling apart.
This is a treat for my ears.
It's trying to mercy kill itself. So up here we got another skip to skip the Padme segment. On the left, you see this big window. We actually need to get in there. This is going to skip a box puzzle skip. A box puzzle and also these final Padme level. I'm going to make a save here because it's actually a fairly dangerous jump.
I think this is one of the cooler skips in the run because it actually takes some pretty interesting acrobatics to get around the triggers. They're much larger than they look, and he's just going to barely end up missing the trigger for entering the Padme section.
Shout out to Puri Puri for this setup right here. It's very consistent. If that didn't work, I'd feel so bad. But yeah, just over, we're waiting on this elevator, but you see just up ahead, that's where the trigger for the Padme segment is. And you just barely get past it. And now we're on our way to fight Dark Maul.
Can I get a little more in the...
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, can we get some more of that?
Game's a
Yeah.
bit quiet.
Yeah, actually. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate it.
Also, I still have my rocket launcher.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Just like in the movie.
Yeah, just like in the movie. And my flash grenades.
Jedis love rocket launchers.
It's true. I've heard him say that.
That's what George Lucas said.
Oh!
I have killed your master, and now it is your turn to die, young Jedi. That's what he said. So we fight Darth Maul. Just kidding. We're going over here. Oof.
Oh.
And we're going to get the old ISG out and just look at him.
Oh.
He's going to give us a couple hits. And time is
He's
coming
running
up.
from
We're giving him a real
right.
mean face.
This is Phantom Menace, everybody.
Yep.
Time's coming up. And time. I'm just going to assume that was overestimate, because of course not. But
Is that only a minute?
It was a minute overestimate.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I could, but I won't.
Yeah.
I could if I would if I could.
You guys can make the sound louder.
Yes.
You have this power.
Everyone in chat make the sound, and everyone will hear it.
What is the council's decision?
Yeah, just E. I imagine it's just a series of E's in the chat.
Use all that I have taught you to train him.
Yeah.
I swear it will be so.
So there's still one really high quality thing left
Yeah.
to see in this game.
You have become a Jedi
I'm just
Knight.
gonna
A
do one of
Jedi
these
Knight.
bad boys.
Be with you
A Jedi Knight, dude. So after this little cutscene here, fully rendered cutscene, there's one more little cherry on top. We're gonna have to see.
Oh no.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, it's the blue Jar Jar.
Blue Gungan.
They're awfully fine with the fact that we murdered like half their city. Oh.
Who are any of these people?
Yeah. And sit on that shot. Just
They all look like Walgreens action figures.
all right. So here's the final timer: 2 hours, 52 minutes, 0 seconds.
We made it.
Sub 3 hours.
Yeah.
If it's not obvious, unfortunately, there's no real comedic values in this table right here. But
I think I watched you try to make sense of it for a good 10
we
minutes.
we figured it out. I'll tell you right now what the answer is.
Oh my God.
So the ones column of the seconds, and then skip over the tens column, and all the others are just the number of seconds you played the game. So this means that you played the game for 2,520 seconds.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's awful.
Yeah.
I promise, you often will get entries in that table that says that you took 2 hours and 89 minutes to beat the game.
Also, I'm going to show off one glitch. It's very short and just a fun little extra here. I know what a guy going overestimate.
I can only imagine what it's gonna be.
It'll take about 30 seconds, and I promise it will pay off dividends.
Yes.
Much about you.
You're a Jedi.
What are you building?
I'm trying to get my father.
Can you
Stop
help me
talking.
find water?
Follow me.
All right, so
We'll head to
if
the
you remember,
junkyard.
this is where Anakin runs into the junkyard and you chase him around. So I'm going to walk just enough to where he goes to his second point.
Me.
We're going to go back. So you remember we gave Shmi the slip, and she's still back here. There she is. I don't know what happened, but now we wait. And Anakin's really mad. And he's going to give us a speed boost here.
He's trying to T-pose up to death.
Help a murderer like
He's
you.
super T-posing on you. And this is the game. This is the video game, allegedly.
Murderer like you.
And that's Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Thank you. Thank you for donating as well for the voices.
Oh my God.
All right, thank you so much for that awesome run, Saint Million. Up next will be Dragon's Lair: The Legend by Sheriff, which is the Game Boy platformer sequel to Dragon's Lair, so that'll be interesting. We definitely had some donations come in during that run, so I'm going to go ahead and read a couple off. We had $25 donation from Amirin, who says, more hover cannons will be coming. I can't stop crying. We also have $5 from Nico Moss, who says, I think more hover cannons are coming. And also, oddly enough, $5 from Hover Cannons, who says, I'll be coming back soon. I appreciate those. Thank you. We also have a $25 donation from Don Back, who says, all energy from the living force, from all things that have ever lived, feeds into the cosmic force, binding everything and communicating to us through the midichlorians. We also had a $25 donation from Stable Table, who says, I did a frame-perfect breakfast skip to catch the start of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. It's one of my favorite games I've ever played. May the Force help us to beat cancer. Well, hopefully you got some food now after the run. We have a $25 anonymous donation who says, I've donated before, but this year my uncle was diagnosed with mouth cancer, and my mom had her own scare with a benign tumor. So this donation is a lot more personal. Many thanks to the runners and volunteers who make this such a great event every year. We got a $10 donation from Dark Firock, or Dark Firock, who says 4 hours of smiles, laughter, and nausea. Thank you for all the awful goodness. Shout out to the crowd tonight, by the way, for being extra awesome. It has been worth staying up with you all. Yeah, real talk. The late night awful crowd is so good. Yeah, shout outs to you. We had a $250 donation from Night Owl 9000. Says, so glad to finally catch an awful Games Done quick block. I'm usually sleeping when these games are on, so good luck to all the runners. And man, that Mohawk guy during the Mohawk and headphone jack run sure was trippy. Oh no, not the guy, the game. Both were trippy, to be fair, but thank you for the donation. Want to go ahead and mention one of our sponsors as well. AGDQ 2019 is sponsored by The Yeti. Have you snagged your official AGDQ merch yet? Head on over to www.theyeti, that's YETEE.com/AGDQ to see all the incredible designs we've got available. There's tees, pins, and a finale patch that will only be available for a limited time. And a portion of every sale goes to the Prevent Cancer Foundation. The Yeti has been GDQ's official shirt sponsor for quite a while here, and they've been providing tees and other merch for nearly 7 years as well. They've also donated almost $1 million towards GDQ's partnered charities. Make sure to visit them at yeti.com/AGDQ to check out the AGDQ collection. And we got a $5 donation here from Gabby, who says, grad school homework? Check. Insomnia? Super check. Awake to discover it's the awful games block? Heck yeah, that's a check. Thanks for the fun times and love you guys. Well, thank you for staying up and watching Awful Block with us. Look, as a connoisseur of awful games, I just gotta say, give me the garbage. I want that garbage games. Just give it to me. Just, whew. Gonna devour that stuff. We got a $15 donation from Oh Hey Mike K. Says had to donate during the awful block. I've been laughing my butt off the entire time. Good luck to all the runners, and man, y'all are gonna need it. Winky face emoji, which I'm sure chat knows how to type, but definitely a winky face emoji. Wink. We also got a $10 donation during the last run of Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace from Jed the Jedi, who says, man, I remember playing this game from my childhood, and I gotta say, this game has not aged well at all. Surprisingly, I think the graphics for that game are still pretty good, especially on PS1, but yeah, it's definitely starting to show its age, as well as more and more hover cannons, of course. We also got a $100 donation here from Roxas232, who says, man, I am really enjoying the awful block as always. Thank you for another great GDQ. Thank you so much for the generous donation. I also want to give a huge shout out to whoever's controlling the camera right now on the crowd cam. Doing amazing work as always. We also got a $25 donation from Krabby XD, who says, I love speedruns, I love awful games, I love AGDQ, but I do not like cancer, so let us do our best to defeat it. Come on, everyone.